Good morning. Welcome to book club. Jessica's going to say the prayer.
Our dearest Father in heaven, we are so very grateful that we can come to Thee, that we can open our hearts and minds to the guidance of Thy Spirit, that through Thy Spirit we can have the connection with the Savior that we need to have the strength and the grace and the power that we need to make the changes in our lives, to manifest our best selves, the selves that Thou hast created us to be. We are grateful for the opportunity we have to study and learn and grow together. We are grateful for the challenges that are presented in life and in this business so that we may have the opportunity to push back against the resistance and grow, because that's where the growing comes from. We thank Thee so much for loving us, for being patient with us, for walking with us, for opening our hearts and minds and eyes that we may see the opportunities ahead of us, and for the faith that Thou givest to us to continue to try, to continue to learn, and to continue to put forth effort. Help us as we gather at this time to learn much from the things that we will read. Help us to use these things in our lives and in our business, and help us to support and strengthen one another as we all grow together. In the name of Jesus Christ, amen.
Thank you, Jessica. Being such a sweet spirit in.
Thank you.
Okay, let me just look at something really quick. Yeah, see, there's my alarm. I still haven't turned it off. I was snoozing it a lot this morning. Okay, wait. There's the resources. So we're not going to read the resources. You guys can read that. But we're going to read. There we go. Okay, there's the end. So 259, 239. So we just need to read 10 pages, which is what we almost normally read. So I'm not going to set a timer. I'm just going to read 10 pages. Is that okay? Okay, cool. So we are on, we're on 238. I was thinking 239. So I'll read 11 pages. So I'm going to stop at we're starting at 238. We're going to go to 249. So I'm just going to put a little corner thingy there so I know when to stop. Okay. Do you want to read it all today, Jessica?
You can.
Okay. Go for it.
All right. We're on emotional interrupt, right?
I think so. I don't know.
Yeah, I think we're on emotional interrupt because I remember running late to your and hitting the red lights and tapping your foot.
Thank you. Yes, that's where we are.
Our emotions largely control our mindset throughout the day. If we're feeling sad and depressed, we're going to see the world as working against us. If we're excited and enthusiastic, challenges become opportunities, and we experience life at a higher frequency. An emotional interrupt allows for a release of the emotions we've experienced. Research has proven that our emotions are stored in the body and build up over time if not released. But there are productive ways to release this repressed, unproductive energy. An emotional interrupt lasts 30 to 90 seconds and includes intense breathing, a primal scream, or closing your eyes and going deep into a place of gratitude. Mental interrupt. With an average of over 60,000 daily thoughts, we've got a lot swirling around inside our heads. Add in the endless responsibilities, roles, tasks, and bills we need to deal with, and we can quickly feel overwhelmed. A mental interrupt allows us to let go of what's been and create space for what we're experiencing right here, right now. Mental interrupts include journaling, writing, reading, listening to empowering information, or even music for 30 to 90 seconds to get ourselves in a new state of mind. They create a clear demarcation and bookmark between where we've been and where we're headed. Every single one of those sections says, in the resource section, I provide several whatever interropes for you to use daily. So good stuff in the resource section. These tools are designed to help you get focused, clear, and in the game. We've already established how much we struggle with daily clarity. These will help you on your path. At the end of the day, it's the simple habits we create and use daily that will have the biggest impact on our lives. We don't have to overcomplicate anything as long as we're intentional. All right, seasons of life. With the 1% rule, you'll be splitting up the year into 4 quarters. This will allow for maximum urgency while keeping you focused on the next steps, ultimately leading up to 90 days of intentional work for both maximum fulfillment and incredible results. However, we're also each on a personal evolution and operating under the seasons of life. Life is not linear, and different periods of your evolution will be dedicated to different seasons of life. The term seasons remind us that we are constantly evolving and it won't last forever. While the concepts of season come from countless ancient traditions, here I've simplified them to fit the context and practicality of our lives. They include the winter season. The season of winter in life is a time for taking inventory, reflection, regeneration, and rest. It involves downtime and recharging so we can set a new path. For many, it can be a tough season to stay in, especially for the hard chargers out there who are always looking to push harder. However, many of life's greatest insights occur during this season. It is a great time to set a path for new voyages. Spring season is about renewal and creation. During this season, you are blooming, creating, and producing. This is your time to take relentless action and execute. The conditions are ripe, and there is no time to lose. You've reflected and gone within all winter. Now use that energy wisely to execute your highest potential right here, right now. Summer season takes spring's first steps and kicks it into overdrive. If spring was launch, summer is growth and expansion at the highest level. This is where momentum and consistency start to kick in and where incremental growth turns into exponential growth. There is no stopping you here. Ride the beautiful wave of momentum to shore and never look back. Fall season. You've been working hard, creating, expanding, and growing, and now it's time to reap the rewards. During fall season, it's time to harvest the fruits of your labor. The early summer mornings are now over, and it's your time to celebrate before you enter another reflection period. Why have I gone so deep into this concept? The reason is simple. It's important to understand that our paths of growth are not linear, and even using a tool such as the 1% rule will provide ebbs and flows of energy. It's quite possible you will spend months or even a year in one of the seasons. The seasons are not meant to be taken literally, but rather conceptually. In creating this book, I'm knee-deep in the summer season of creation, launching 2 new programs, releasing an audiobook, creating a live event. However, it's winter where I live, and I know after a few months of this hard-charging energy, I'll spend some time reaping the rewards and reflecting. I wonder how fast you can go through those seasons. You know what I mean? Like,
Probably all in 1 month.
sometimes I feel like I go through all those seasons in a day.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. I'm like, I felt like I've done that today already.
All right, chapter 14. It's your time. Start. Through this book, we've gone on a journey together, and you're only getting started. It's your time to create, to grow, to expand. No more waiting, no more sitting on the sidelines, and no more analysis. You know where you're headed in life, and now you have a strategic plan of attack. Using the 1% rule, you can now take powerful dreams and ambitions and move forward every single day. If you don't start now, this becomes entertainment. Or worse, it becomes another piece of material that sounded powerful, yet didn't turn into real-world results. Each time you create a new insight or gain an awareness of what's possible in your life and don't execute, You lose the life force within you required to truly believe. Don't take it lightly. It's your time. No matter where you're starting today and how disconnected you may feel from your vision, no matter what your general outlook on your life is, everything can change in the span of a few months. Get in the arena. Whatever you do, get off the sidelines and get into the arena. Put yourself in the game of life and watch how everything changes once you go from the stands into the game. Not only will your vision and possibilities shift, you'll change the way you walk into a room, hold space in a conversation, and see the world. There is an unmistakable energy associated with living your path and dreams out loud in a world telling you what to do and how to do it. It's easy to be a critic and to use your own inability to move the needle forward on your vision to attack others playing the game. However, time will pass, and one day you'll wake up wondering why you spent your entire life watching someone else live out their dreams. Because no matter what happens on the field, they've won. You won't learn invaluable skills when you're on the sidelines. You won't change your mindset. You won't sharpen your craft and your confidence watching others. You won't create this inner belief of fortitude that only comes with self-reliance. You won't create your masterpiece if someone else is painting the brushstrokes. Only you can. And there is no more waiting. There is no more time. Wasted potential. Take a moment and take yourself to the end of your life. We have no idea how or when it's going to happen, but we all know it will happen at some point. Imagine your last few breaths, surrounded by the people you love, the people you've created a life with. Look around and smile. As you do, ask a simple question. Did I do everything I could in this experience of life, given all the gifts I've been blessed with? This is not an answer you can fake in the moment, and you wouldn't want to anyway. Mortality cuts right to the truth, and you'll know how to answer. Sure, this is a little extreme, and it's fabricated, but I'm often asked what drives me so much in life. People will ask me how I'm so ambitious and inspired, and often I'll reply, how could you not be so driven and inspired? Don't you know that this experience is a gift? As we mentioned earlier, your why must make you emotional and compel you to action. Personally, my why is deeply rooted in knowing time is finite, and I need to do everything I can to maximize the gifts I've been given. You too have been given countless gifts. No matter what your story is, what challenges you faced, you're here, and you have a story to tell unlike any other. It's a tragic thing to waste potential, and you and I have so much of it. It's within us, calling us to extract it and give it to the world, to serve others to serve ourselves through serving others. Don't waste your potential, because when you drop the narratives and stories you've been creating, you recognize the truth. You are so much more powerful than you give yourself credit for. Your time is now. I hope this is the last personal development and success book you ever read. Okay, not really, but I do hope you put it into action in such a way that you finally create the momentum you've been waiting for. I hope I meet you one day and you tell me about all the results you created, not for my ego, but because you did the work. You realized your time is now and chose to stop waiting. You don't have to wait for another New Year's or your next birthday to come around. It's time right now. Every moment you put off is another moment where the resistance wins and continues to pile up victories. Remember, the resistance wants to keep you small. The resistance wants to distract you from your dreams or tell you that you're not good enough. It wants to keep you chasing certifications in business to stop you from actually launching. It thrives on throwing you off course when you see your soulmate and it tells you he or she is too busy in the coffee line. It loves when you click submit on a new program or course and then ask for a refund because it's not the perfect timing. Every time you let the resistance win, it comes at the expense of your self-trust. The great news is your next opportunity to overcome the resistance is right now. Even though it's technically never too late to get started, life gives us windows of opportunity. These windows are where magic is created, and the right conditions are thriving and ready. The seeds have been planted, the right amount of water and nutrients have been absorbed through the soil, and the sunlight has been bountiful. In other words, it's time. The window of opportunity exists right now. If you wait, it may not be available to you any longer, at least not in the current capacity and format. Years ago, when I chose to extract myself from the East Coast environment and start a new life out West, I knew I only had a certain window of opportunity. If I didn't take the leap at that moment, I knew I'd be stuck forever. I would have found an anchor to hold me there and would have rationalized why moving across the country and leaving everything I'd known in search of meaning wasn't a good idea. I would have given in to staying and waiting, and then I never would have taken the leap. Skydiving in dreams. Taking the leap is much like going skydiving. Once you decide to go, you need to register as fast as possible. Because let's face it, jumping out of a perfectly good airplane is an idea we can easily talk ourselves out of. We can blame the timing, our busy schedules, the insane level of fear. We can search Google for horror stories and accidents. We can say the weather isn't right. Anything to keep us from taking the leap of faith. Every time I've jumped out of an airplane, I wanted to back out at the last moment, but I've pushed through the resistance. Once you're climbing to 15,000 feet, there's nowhere to go. It's actually much less nerve-wracking at that point because there are no other options available. It's you, the pilot, and the other jumpers, and there's only one way down, straight out and through. There's no hack, there's no shortcut, there's no turning back. This level of trust required can be terrifying, yet exhilarating at the same time. The moment we let go and our hands come free and we realize we're dropping at 120 miles per hour, the world opens up. It opens up because you made a bold decision in the moment and didn't let fear win. When you're bold, the world will respect you and open itself up to you. But you've got to choose it right here, right now.
And that's where we stop for today. It's a good stopping point.
That is a good stop. Makes me want to go skydiving.
Have you ever been skydiving? Me neither. Chris has some.
No, but I can imagine. I can imagine what
unmarried.
I feel like. Do what?
I said Chris went when he was young and unmarried.
I can just imagine what that feels like, though. Like seeing the whole world open up underneath you. It's just like that's an amazing visual for me.
Yeah.
And when I take that leap, the whole world will respect me and open up to me. So,
love it.
All right, world.
Here comes Jessica. She's coming. She's jumping out of the plane. I love it. So good. So good. I'm super ready to do the visualization thing again because I just need that today, I think.
Yeah, I was thinking this morning on some of the details I want to put, and I can feel my vision sinking deeper. I can feel it connecting more with my soul.
Yeah.
And that's very motivating. It really is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's part of you.
Yeah.
So awesome.
And not just something I'm doing.
Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah. Thanks for sharing. All right, y'all. Tomorrow's our last day of book club for this book. And then Monday we'll start a new book. And we're thinking, I don't know, I'm thinking about the one you said, Atomic Habits, or there's one called Outliers that Brooke was talking about yesterday on Momentum Movement that I want to look at. And then there's also, I don't know, I really like High Performance Habits, but I also there's so many. So I don't know. I think I just need to decide. But there's also a John Maxwell one who I just love. And it's becoming a person of influence. So that one might be good. That's kind of the one I was thinking about before. So I don't know.
Well, I'm sure you'll be careful and pick the perfect one.
It'll be the perfect one. The perfect one that we need. All right.